Hey, April.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you hit remove. I don't know. I've never removed anyone
That's
before.
fine. Here,
So,
Mom.
I apologize. Let's keep her on the speakerphone so she can hear. If she can hear it, otherwise, I just started recording and we'll send her the link.
Okay, I'm gonna do it this way.
Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and get us started because that's perfect, Rebecca. That's good. That'll work. I'm gonna go ahead and get us started. So the first thing I want to do is say welcome. Welcome to our Peek into Pink. My name is Nancy, and I'm really excited that all of you are here to join us tonight. If you are a consultant and you have a guest on the call, will you introduce your guest to us really quickly? And I'm going to start with Rebecca because Rebecca's mom is here.
So I have my mom, and I have my friend from high school, Mandy Comstock. She is also on with me.
Yay! And what's mom's first name?
Oh, sorry, Cheryl.
Cheryl and Mandy. Awesome. Welcome. Who else has a guest on tonight? Mindy?
Yes, I should have Sarah listening by audio. Sarah Jones.
Perfect.
And I think my sister Paula Putnam should be on or is trying to get on.
Yeah, I saw her name for a second. I think she's trying to connect. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey,
Sarah.
And
Sarah, you're in. Where are you?
I'm in Arequipa, Peru.
Whoa.
Wow.
I'm jealous.
Yep.
Hannah, do you have a guest?
So I have somebody that's trying to get on, and she says that she's getting an error message saying that it's not supported on her browser.
Tell her if she's on, tell her to try it on Chrome or something like that. Sometimes my computer also doesn't like that, so something like that, or maybe try it on her phone instead or something.
It looks like she's on her phone from the screenshot she just sent.
Maybe the automatic one for phones is Safari, so maybe see if she can use Chrome as her browser.
And April, you're a guest of Tracy.
Yeah,
Yes?
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think she can hear. Oh, it says it's connecting to audio now.
Okay.
Now she can hear.
Yay! Welcome, April.
But she has to go to the bottom left and tap her microphone so that she can talk.
Yes.
Bottom left of your screen.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah, and so that's a great lesson for everyone. If you want to mute, if you've got crazy background noise, just go to the bottom left of your screen, the very bottom of the box, and you can mute. And then if you want to say something, you can unmute. So
I'm gonna mute because they're doing I can hear the TV.
I got you. In fact, I might mute everybody. I'm going to mute everybody while I talk and share the information, and then I'll unmute everyone, and we can talk and answer questions. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And I know we've got some other people trying to get on, so hopefully we can get that fixed too. Okay. So we're all muted. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, good. All right. I was making sure I didn't mute myself too. That would be weird. So, I want to welcome everybody here.
My other guest. Yeah, so this is my other guest, Latoya.
Hi, Latoya. Okay. That is awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start. I want to welcome you guys here tonight for this Peek into Pink. This is going to be really brief tonight, but I want to share some information with you, and I want to thank you for your time because I know that time is really the only commodity that we can't get back. So I appreciate you being on here tonight, and you might be on here just because your friend twisted your arm. Maybe she begged you to be on because she wanted to win a prize, because we get prizes in Mary Kay. But maybe you're curious. Maybe you want to hear more about the opportunity. But whatever your reason is, I do want to thank you. And we all appreciate you for being on here. What we're going to do is I'm going to share a little bit about my story and some quick facts with everyone about the Mary Kay opportunity. And then we're going to do some follow-ups at the end with your consultant who asked you to be on. But I want to tell you, first of all, 40% of women right now, 40% of women have a side hustle. And I don't know about you, but that was like a shocking number to me. I don't know if it's because it's fun or they just need something to do, or, you know, maybe it's the flexibility, the security in it that, you know, they're not going to work for a company for 28 years and then get laid off before they get to retirement. You know, I've had that happen to a few friends of mine. It could be the extra cash flow or just having a plan B in case the world goes crazy. Well, maybe that could happen. So I'm really excited that a lot of people have a side hustle. Not everybody's in Mary Kay, but I love the fact that our career opportunity is like one of the highest in direct sales and the Direct Selling Association as far as the income you can make. And we're one of the top 5 cosmetic companies globally. So I think that's really cool too, to know internationally we're in the top 5. I don't know where we rank in the top 5, but I know we're in the top 5. In the next 5 years, you guys, 79% will start a side hustle. So it's a growing trend that more people are starting to be entrepreneurs that want to make money for themselves and their family versus just working for somebody else to line their pockets. And so I think that it's definitely a growing trend. For me, when I started Mary Kay, I was a school teacher. I taught elementary and middle school. I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I was not interested in selling Mary Kay. I told my consultant 3 or 4 times I was not going to do it. She kept saying, "You'd be so good." And I thought, this lady is crazy. Like, I am not the person to sell Mary Kay. I had never sold anything before. I wasn't a big makeup person. You know, if I was going out, I did brown eyeshadow and brown lipstick because it matched. And I washed my face with soft soap because that was what was by the sink. So, you know, that's how far I've come. I'm like embarrassed to tell you guys that. But what appealed to me about Mary Kay was the income potential. We actually make 50% of what we sell. So if you sell $100, boom, that's $50 in your pocket right there. And I thought, wow, if I could just make $50 a week, it would totally change my family. And it really did, because, you know, my husband is also a teacher, and teachers only get paid once a month. So we would get paid once a month and we'd pay all the bills, but then we were like broke for the next 29 days until we got paid again. And I thought, wow, $50 a week, you guys, sounded like a lot of money to me. So that is why I said yes to Mary Kay. It was a very busy time. I was teaching school. I had 2 toddlers. I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And 3 weeks after I signed my beauty consultant agreement, I found out that I was expecting my 3rd. And so that's kind of interesting. God has a great sense of humor. Surprise. So I didn't have a lot of time. It was very busy. We also had our kids in like toddler soccer and all that stuff that they were way too young for. You know, my kids were the ones in the back of the field picking the dandelions and sitting down playing with the grass while the other kids were running around chasing the ball. But it was fun and exciting, and we were into everything. We were very involved with our church. I did solos. I sang on the praise team, and it was just really, really busy. So I had to learn how to work it in little pockets of time. And to my delight, I found out that that's how you work Mary Kay anyway. It's literally in little pockets of time where you see fit that fits into your schedule. So it's not like you have this full plate and then you have something else you're trying to put on it. It's more like Mary Kay is this wonderful decadent dessert sitting over here. And you can eat a bite of it if you only have time for a bite. But if you want to devour the whole dessert, you can do that too. Like, it's there waiting for you. So you can eat as little or as much of it as you want to. I don't know. Can we talk about desserts right now during COVID-19? I don't know if anybody wants to talk about that. But I was excited about my job. I actually had plans to retire as a teacher. I thought I was working on maybe going back to school to get my master's. I had already gone back and got recertified to be a media assistant. And I was training with our media assistant who was going to retire in the next year to take over the library, and I was going to move into her slot. And I'm telling you that because I don't want you to think that, oh, people who do Mary Kay are just doing Mary Kay because they're miserable at their job. That is not true. I liked my job. I was good at my job. But there were other things that became more important to me. And I think that there's a season for everything. And God kind of, like, looking back, I can see where God kind of was leading me. Just, you know, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plan, because he's got plans of his own. So kind of interesting. But I was excited when my son was in kindergarten. This was his kindergarten year. He got strep throat. And I was home with him for 3 days. He had the high fever, you know, couldn't swallow and all that. Bless his little heart. He was like 5 years old. And when I got back to school on the 4th day with him, I got called into the principal's office, and I was told that committed teachers are never absent. And that was here in Santa Rosa County, by the way, for those of you who are here. And I thought, wow, Tracy knows what I'm talking about. So I thought, you know what? I'm sorry, but if there's ever a choice between a committed teacher and a committed mom, I'm going to be the committed mom every time. Like, God did not bless me with these children so someone else could take care of them when they're sick or they want their mom or they need their mom. And it really just kind of infuriated me, because I felt like everyone else's kids came before my own. That's what she was saying. Like, my students were more important than my children. And I just didn't think that that was fair. Also, about that same time, my oldest was in 7th grade. And so anybody here have middle schoolers or have had middle schoolers? Okay, great. Those of you who are raising your hands, you want to be home with those middle schoolers. Trust me. You don't want them just doing whatever without supervision. So I really decided I wanted to stay home and just do my Mary Kay full time. In Mary Kay, we have the philosophy you can put God first and your family second and then your career. And so I loved that, because it was so opposite of where I was in teaching, where if a student said, you know, sneezed, I couldn't even say God bless you, or I would get in trouble. And I know that, you know, for those of you who don't teach in public school, that sounds crazy, but it's really the way it is. I mean, they've just taken God so far out of it all. So I was really refreshed by Mary Kay's philosophy. In May, I started doing Mary Kay. I started just doing a few parties. My husband said, it's going to be the summer. Just play around with it over the summer. So I agreed I would just kind of play with it. In July, I went on Target for my car. And I ended up becoming a sales director just a few months later at the end of January. So he said, I thought you were just playing. I was, you guys. That's what the neat thing was. I was just having fun. I wasn't like seriously trying to do it as a business. So I thought, wow, if I can do this, if I can go on Target for a car and I'm just playing with this, think about what I could do if I actually worked it. And so I was really excited about that. I did become a sales director. And by the way, that replaced my teaching income. So I was able to finish that school year out. And then I stayed home, and I've been home ever since. And that was back in 2003. So it's been quite a gift. Some of the things that I love about it is that you become like the 5 people you hang out with the most. So look who you're hanging around. You know, I mean, if your friends are broke, you're broke. Like, that's where I was, right? But not only that, like, how do people behave? Are they more positive or more negative? Are they feeding you, or are they fueling you with things that are of the world? So you just kind of think about that, because we do become like the people we associate with. And you may not realize it or not, but it's so true. And one of the reasons why I think Mary Kay is a great opportunity for right now is because we have such a horrible economy right now, you guys, because of all this COVID-19 and the pandemic. And, you know, I mean, everyone had to shut down and many people got furloughed. And I don't know if some of the guests on here today are in that situation or have been affected by that, but I know so many have. So why would this be a good time to do Mary Kay? Well, number one is that there's only 3 commodities that I know of that don't lose money in a downturn economy. One of those is alcohol. Unfortunately, people who drink are going to buy their wine or whatever. Tobacco is another one, because people that smoke are going to get their smoke, a nicotine, vape, whatever that is. And the third is skincare and cosmetics, because women are not going to go to work without putting their mascara on their face. They're not going to say, gosh, money's really tight. You know what? I'm just going to skip washing my face for a couple weeks because I don't really have the money to go buy my cleanser. That is just not going to happen, right? Do you agree? So we have a really great product. We have a great market, and it doesn't ever lose money. In fact, my personal business has seen quite an increase just since the middle of March with increase in sales and team building and everything else. So it's a good time because the economy is maybe not so great. Maybe the stores aren't open like, you know, some of the other cosmetic stores aren't open, but Mary Kay is open because we're a home-based business. So another thing is that right now people, I think, are experiencing a little taste of what my life is like every day. I've been working at home since 2003. Whitney's been working at home for over a year. It's kind of fun to work from home. You have the flexibility to work when you want and to play when you want to. I know that she has like movie dates with her girlfriends during the middle of the week, or can go meet her sister for lunch and not have to ask off or feel guilty, like, oh, I've got to get back because my lunch hour ends in 10 minutes, There's no rush. It's just amazing. And right now, with everything being virtual, we're doing Zoom meetings. We're doing parties on Facebook. There's so many things that you can do, and it's really kind of opened up a lot of possibilities. For example, when we were meeting in person and I would have people invited to my home for a party, I could maybe get 2 or 3 people who were local to come over. But now that we're doing things virtually, the whole United States is open. So you could have a friend in South Dakota who has a best friend in Michigan whose daughter lives in Louisiana, and all of them can connect and have girl time and be a part of a party. And that is so fun to me. So it's exciting to be able to offer this to you right now, because I think that we've definitely seen an increase, and you can meet more people now than maybe you were able to get together with prior to this happening. So a couple of fun facts is Mary Kay products are all manufactured right here in the United States. Yay! I love that we're made in the USA. Right now, the supply and demand pendulum is definitely swinging our way because there is a demand for skincare and cosmetics. In fact, the government asked Mary Kay if we would make hand sanitizers in the middle of March or end of March, early April, and the company was shut down but reopened just to make hand sanitizers for doctors and nurses on the front line and first responders. And that makes me feel really proud because our company truly does have a heart, and they do a lot to give back to the community. A lot of people just aren't aware of all the things that Mary Kay has done. But that's just one of the many things. We also have a Habitat for Humanity project where we help build those homes. We do disaster relief efforts like when hurricanes come through for us in the South and maybe even, Northeast. But we've done so many different things. We've partnered with the Arbor Day Foundation and planted over 1 million trees through a recycling program. And we also have a charitable foundation that supports cancer research for cancers that affect women, but also it helps to provide shelters for women who've been in domestic violence situations. And I think that's really wonderful too. So our company really does have a big heart. So it's not just about selling a lipstick or making $1. You might have more time right now than you did before all this pandemic stuff started. I don't know if you feel that way or not. Some people feel like they're busier. Some people feel like they have more time. But I will tell you that, you could start training now, and then when you did have more time, you'd be ready to run. And we do have a deal also right now, which I'll tell you about in just a few minutes, which is another reason to do it now. But why would you not do it? Let's consider that for a second. You might be thinking, you know what? I don't have $100, so I don't want to do it because I don't have $100. That was me. I was broke. I didn't have $100 either. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me, because then I would have missed so much if I would have just said I don't have $100. Because the truth is, if you don't have $100, nothing's going to change until something changes, and you've got to be the one to make that change. So how long do you not want to have an extra $100? And then, I talk to people all the time who are like, oh my gosh, I went out to the parking lot and my tire was flat, and now I've got to get a new tire. Well, how did all of a sudden they have the money for a new tire? You know what I mean? Like, you have money for the things that are important to you. And I can tell you for sure that you couldn't take $100 and pay for a tire and turn it into $200 tomorrow. But with Mary Kay, you can take $100 and turn it into $1,000 in your first 30 days. And so we're excited to teach you how to do that. And I know many of the girls on here have sold over $1,000 in 30 days. So that's exciting. Also, if you think you're too busy, I was very, very busy. I think I was the queen of busy, which helped me to learn how to become really good at time management. And that's how we can teach you. It is just in pockets of time, and everybody's schedule is different. I mean, for Amy, she might only have Saturday mornings available, but for Rebecca, it might be Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Mandy might say, hey, I could do Tuesday afternoon. Everybody's got a different schedule. And the really great thing is you're the boss. So you get to pick the 1 hour a week or the 2 hours a week that you want to invest in your business. And you could be really successful in 2 hours a week. You guys, that's all I did when I started was Saturday mornings. And I was able to replace my teaching income from May to January. So I'm just like really proud of that. And it's nothing special about me, but I know that if I can do it, I can teach you how to do it too. And Whitney can teach you how to do it. And Rebecca and Amy, like all of us here can help you to do that. So another thing is, I want to tell you that you might not know a lot of people. And when I started my Mary Kay business, we had just moved to a new area and I didn't know a soul except for the teachers that I worked with. And I don't know if there's any teachers on here, but guess what? Most teachers are broke. I know, it's who I hung around. Shocking. My husband's still a teacher. They just don't make a lot of money. People don't go into teaching to make money. They go into teaching because they want to help people. And so I love that. I love educators. But it's okay if you don't know a lot of people. You could just start with the one person you do know and have them invite people that they know. And then you could book a party from there, and then you can meet their friends, and then you book a party from there and you can meet their friends. And like I said, right now the whole United States is open, you guys. So it's really easy to get in front of a lot of people. And especially now with the no territories and no, using the social media. The last thing I want to say is you might be thinking you're not the sales type. And I say, amen, hallelujah. I was not a salesperson either. I still don't feel like a salesperson, and I've been in Mary Kay for 25 years. But it's not about being salesy or giving somebody a sales pitch. It's about sharing about products that you love or an opportunity that you're excited about. And that's all it is. I mean, it's like me telling you that, oh my gosh, this is my favorite pen in the whole world. I love it. It has a crown on it. This is so awesome. And it was a gift to me. Like, it's just sharing, being excited about a product. That's all it is. If you go to the shoe store and they have a shoe sale on, don't you call your bestie and tell her? Don't you? Maybe? Yeah, I do too. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to go there. Or if you see like a movie that you love and you're excited about, you tell everybody you know so that they'll go see the movie. Like, that's all it is. It's not having to twist somebody's arm. We do not want to do that. We don't want to attack people. We want to attract them to what we have. And so I just want to say, if you're not the sales type, I think that's great. We can teach you what you need to know about sharing this opportunity. Like I said, I was the least likely person. I washed my face with soft soap. So, I didn't know anything about skincare and makeup. I wasn't interested in it. I just wanted $50 a week. So I hope that gives somebody on here hope tonight. And I do want to say too that usually our starter kit is $100, and it's about $500 worth of products and your tools of the trade, like mirrors and trays. And you also get, you don't really get any samples, but you get like full-size products, and you get a date book and just some really fun things to help you get started. You get a cute little bag, and it's $100. Right now, Mary Kay knows that people aren't getting together face-to-face, so they've offered us an e-start option. And that, you guys, is a special deal where you don't need the kit, because right now no one's getting together face-to-face, right? So for $30, you could begin your Mary Kay business. And it's $30 even. There's no tax. There's no shipping, because you're not getting a kit in the mail. But you have access to make half of everything you sell. You have the flexibility to be your own boss. And all of the other perks, including a year free of a personal website through Mary Kay, and also the ability to process people's debit or credit cards, all free for $30. Like, that's crazy, crazy good to me. I paid $100 25 years ago, so I still think $100 is great. But for $30, oh my word. And if you wanted to get the $100 kit, you could. We had someone who signed up earlier this morning and bought the $100 kit. I had someone else the other day buy the $130 option, so she's getting the kit plus the $30 option with the free website and the free ability to process cards. But for $30, just if you're interested at all, I encourage you to give it a go, because you never know until you try. And it's not one of those things like getting married or having a child. Like, that's a hard thing to get out of. This, if you decide it's not working for you, you can simply send the product back, and Mary Kay will give you 90 cents to every dollar that you spent on inventory. The starter kit's a one-time buy, but on inventory, if you chose to go that route, they would buy it back, and so you would be right where you are today. And I think that's a $30 investment. I spend that at Target, you guys, on like one item. So I don't know. I wanted to share with you that I'm going to close in just a second, and I'm going to have you follow up with your consultant, and the consultants are going to just ask you a couple of questions. And the questions are, what did you learn about Mary Kay that you didn't maybe already know. I'm giving you a second to think about the answers. So they're going to say, what did you learn about Mary Kay that maybe you didn't already know? So kind of be thinking about that. And then, could you ever see yourself doing something like this? Or if you were to become a consultant, what do you think you would enjoy? Would it be the money or the girlfriends or just having something to call your own? We didn't even talk about recognition and prizes, but there's so much of that in Mary Kay too. We truly build each other up, and it's a very positive, safe place. So we welcome anybody who wants to start a business, and we're excited to have anybody that wants to join tonight. So I'm going to close, and I appreciate all of you being on here. This is recording too, so I'll send it to the consultants. And consultants, if you'll follow up with your guest. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask your consultants. If they don't know the answer, they'll ask Whitney or me, and we'll get the answers to you guys. So have a great night, everyone. Thank you so much for listening tonight. Bye.